There's something about this day, World AIDS Day, that asks us to slow down and tell the truth. Not just the statistics and the slogans, the truth, the human truth, the kind that lives in our histories, our memories, and our losses. And for me, this day will always be tender because I didn't learn about HIV through a classroom or a campaign or a headline. I learned through grief. I learned through watching my father fight a battle that far too many black folks have been forced to face alone. And when he passed in 2011, I made myself a promise that his story would never be spoken about in whispers, and that my work, my purpose, and my advocacy would honor what he didn't get a chance to see the world become. That's why I show up for this day every year. It's active. It's choosing to carry the legacy of our loved ones with both tenderness and responsibility. Choosing to say their names, not as a cautionary tale, but as a reminder of the people who deserve to live in joy and with dignity. My father and countless other fathers deserve that. And the truth is, we're still fighting. We're still watching HIV disproportionately impact black people, not because of biology or behavior, but because of system, access, inequity, stigma, and so many that decide who gets care and who gets ignored. Our numbers are higher because our communities are under resourced, underserved, and too often left out of conversations that lead to real change. And that's exactly why we can't afford to treat this day like a routine acknowledgement or a moment of quiet sympathy. World AIDS Day is a call to action, a call to invest in scientists, organizers, clinicians, community workers, healers, and everyday people who are pushing us closer to a cure. A call to fund the work that keeps black folks informed, supported, tested, treated, and alive. A call to finally dismantle the stigma that has the cost of life. And across the globe, this matters. Not just for people living with HIV today, not just for family who's been buried by loved ones, not just for communities like mine where the impact is undeniable, but for every person who believes in a world where health is a right and not a privilege. Investing in this fight is honoring the work as a declaration to the people who have been working since it began. So today I stand in remembrance of my father, but I also stand in commitment to living to the future, to the cure that is possible, and to the communities, especially black ones, that deserve more than awareness. They deserve justice. They deserve care, investment. They deserve life. And that's why we honor this day, not just because of where we've been, but because of where we're still fighting to go. Happy World AIDS Day.